Okay, so this video is going to be about personal space, and I think this is a really good one because it's a reoccurring topic. That's why I'm talking about it again, because I'm always hearing stories about this. I feel like all of us in life, male or female, have encountered this, and all the topics out there are always about sexual harassment and different things going on. So this is what I wanted to address in this video. Now, keep in mind, I am all things holistic health, which is mind, body, spirit. I'm talking about all sorts of things, but the bottom line of most of what I teach, or all of what I teach, is mindset training as a mental readiness coach, mindset training and belief in self. Because when you believe in yourself and you are confident in your skills and abilities and your worth, you have the strength and the power to stand up for yourself, okay? It sounds really great and beautiful and something that I did not have earlier in life, so this is how I feel like I can explain it now after learning both verbal and physical self-defense skills. Now, with that being said, I think the physical definitely helps with the verbal, but it doesn't mean because you didn't learn the physical that the verbal's not going to work, okay? You just have to have the balls and the guts to be able to talk like this. And so when I was learning about self-defense and I felt like there weren't, not only I didn't have the words, I didn't know how to do it compassionately, because how do you speak up when a lot of these situations happen with people you know? You know, it's like, how are you going to do that and not sound like a bitch? So there is a lot of cultural conditioning I talk about that we have just been shown and been walking a certain way, and we don't know we don't know sometimes that another way exists, let alone how to do it. How are you going to do this to not incite some sort of defensive action from somebody else? Okay, so when we are alone with people, it would be nice to have some skills to be able to help ourselves. Otherwise, if you think that avoiding, running away, walking is going to help you or solve the thing, it really doesn't, because you will be presented in life with another lesson, okay? So this is just my experience, and it depends on if it's for you to learn as well. But I do feel like we are all challenged with being assertive, and really a lot of things in life are, really, are you going to do something or not? So let's get right to it. And this information can be overwhelming. So all that I want to do in this video is just give you a couple of basic tips. If you haven't heard me speak or talk about assertiveness before, and this is basically conflict resolution skills, right? So either from democratic disciplining, you can look up verbal assertiveness. I've posted a lot of videos from my mentor, Richard Grannon. So he's streetfightsecrets.com. He has a video series on there, audio series, and then Spartan Life Coach and a bunch of YouTubes, okay? So he's really excellent at this. Okay, so what I want to talk about today is really you need to assess who you are dealing with. I'm just going to give you one example, as I have been in my own situations that I don't think were really that crazy or gnarly, but I felt uncomfortable. They were situations like that. Even if it was just one time I was at a friend's house, I had just met somebody there. She walked out of the room or walked outside. I was alone with this person, and we had on and off again conversation, for 20 or 30 minutes. Maybe we were talking about music or whatever it is, but the person kept interjecting sexual comments, and not only I wasn't feeling it from the person, it was just awkward and weird. And I wish I even had the skill, though, to be able to say, hey, let's change the subject. Like, why couldn't I say that? Because I didn't have the skills. And probably fearing their reaction, because that's another thing, right? We fear their reaction, what they're going to do, or, what are they going to say? How do I say these things to be direct without sounding like a bitch? But I need to shut it down right now, okay? There's many other things and ways to say, but rather than trying to remember the hundreds of things you could say, just things like that. But this takes thought and action and skill and confidence, okay? So, number one tip is know who you are talking to, okay? So you can use comedy. If this is a coworker, like, there's many different ways I can help you find the approaches, because you're not going to be able to say these sorts of things to just anybody. Or, what if you do need to say it to a stranger? You're not trying to mess around, you're trying to shut it down. So if it is somebody I already gave you an example, somebody I just met, let's can we change the subject? Let's change the subject. Because even in that situation, I don't even know that I would say I don't feel comfortable. It just wasn't the place for it. So another way might be, do you know what personal space is? And the reason I'm asking this is pretty much whenever we are approaching something to somebody, they might not have any idea of what they're doing is wrong, or whatever the situation, right? They are moving from a place that is normal. Maybe nobody has ever told them, tried to speak up and be direct with them and tell them to stop talking a certain way. So actually asking, do you know what personal space is a way to break the ice. Okay, so you can find out what they're coming from. I mean, even if somebody is standing behind you, that could be too close to you, but to them, they don't feel that it's weird. So just to bring it up, how are you going to bring it up that makes you feel weird? Okay, so that is just one question. Then you can follow it up, though, with whatever it is that you are feeling. If you want to say something like, my personal space is important to me, or if you want to be like, dude, that's a little bit too close, or, whatever the language is of who you're talking to, if you want to say that makes me feel uncomfortable, or when you stand next to me, I feel XYZ, whatever it is, just saying something, okay? Then you follow it up with the I need you to, or I'd like you to, or I feel. So using the use of I to just focus on you and what you are feeling in that moment in time, okay? Because we are pretending like they do not know that what they are doing is inappropriate or making you feel uncomfortable, okay? And then third, you can follow it up with the whole, did you hear me? Am I being clear? Do you understand? This is really, really good, especially with children. Okay, so lastly, so that's all that I want to say there, is that yes, there's a formula, there's all these different things, but even the stuff that I learn, it's like, again, the remembering, like self-defense moves, physical, there's like 300 different things that, in the moment, really, it is about beating ass, not having fear, and just going. So I want to end this video with just talking about that when these situations happen in life, wouldn't you like to have some skills to be able to speak up if you knew that there was a way to do it with compassion, okay? So like I said, there's a million different things you can say, there's a million different things. If you just go and look up assertiveness, democratic disciplining, and all these different styles, you'll be able to find out more about this. And I just think if we were taught earlier in life a lot of these things, it would have really helped a lot of us, especially when these situations happen with people that you know, and maybe you're drinking, and maybe this and that, and these things happen. Being able to defend yourself verbally and physically, I think are all beneficial things. Again, this is Nora Finch, mental readiness coach, specializing in first responder wellness and my series, and I hope that this helped you. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video. Bye.